This is the FMS Super Cub PA18 1.3 meter. So it's a scaled down version then of the 1.7. And the 1.7 is just a fantastic flying RC airplane. There are two things missing. So this one doesn't come with floats, but you can mount floats on this one. And it doesn't have the nice quick connector then for the wing halves, which I really think that they should have implemented this quick connection and just bumped the price up just a tad, because then you wouldn't have to fiddle with these cables. And on mine then, I had one of the flap servos gone bust. I mean, I haven't not crashed this RC plane or anything bad happening to it, but just out of the blue it stopped working, so I had to replace it. Luckily I had like an FMS 9-gram digital servo just in my toolbox, so I could just put it in. But it's kind of tight fit also with the cables. And this one features really nice rubber air-filled wheels as well, a super strong landing gear assembly, just all metal gear, so I'm having a hard time to see this one ever break. It's a really simple build on this RC plane also. So let's go outside and get this one flying. This is a fun plane to fly. I mean, the first time I didn't think that it had enough roll authority, but I just increased rates on mine. So now I think it's a good agility in this RC plane. So you can just do whatever you like with this one. So I mean, today I have a really nice weather then and very little wind. Nice sky for filming. If the sky would then have been grey, I think this one will just disappear a lot. And you have these air-filled wheels also, which make that this one will bounce a little bit more than some other tires then. But they are really solid, so they will never break, I suppose. It's a very easy RC plane to fly, a good size also. So it's much more manageable than the 1.7 when you are about to transport it. Usually the 1.7 then I have to remove one wing half and just screw it in afterwards, because I cannot fit it assembled in my car. This one is no problem to fit in the car. But also just comparing to the 1.7 then, the 1.7 is a truly majestic flying plane. And this one is more in line with many other like 1.2, 1.3 meter high wing RC planes. So although it does fly good, it's really nothing special about this RC plane, I think. I mean, the features, they are certainly there, and it's a really nice small box with this plane. And I mean, it does just great on 3S batteries. Nice speed. Just a tiny bit lacking still in roll capability then. Then also I'm very used to fly my Arrows RC Bigfoot, which is a similar sized RC plane, and the Bigfoot rolls really fast. So when you have just a bunch of RC planes, you do get spoiled by the good ones. On the other hand, I mean, you have a float option for this RC plane, so that just adds to the versatility. And I really like to fly these high wing bush planes. Many reasons. First off, I think that they are really fun just to do like this. You don't have to worry too much. You can go quite low and slow, touch and goes. And more or less just, you know, you don't have to be too careful when you fly them. The 1.2 to 1.3 size is also a very good size, just because it's easy to move around the sky, and it's, at the same time it's really visible.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
So sometimes it's just difficult to tell all these high-wing RC airplanes apart, because I mean, I can compare this one to the Kingfisher, just handles great. The Arrows Bigfoot, as I mentioned, just handles great. You have the X-Fly Glass Star, which just handles great. And you have the Clipwing Cub then from E-Flight, the discontinued one, which just handles great. So I mean, there are just lots of options. You also have the kind of the Durafly Tundra series. So I'm really hard pressed that I would just pick one, but certainly I think that the Barrett's Bigfoot is very special. I just had so much fun with it, and I also think that I put bush tires then on my E-Flight Valiant, and I think that the Valiant excels in kind of slow speed flying. It's one of the greatest just when it comes to slow flying. So you can do things that some other planes might just bite you and sort of stall. And I'm surely enjoying this plane. It's a very nice one. You have this oversized tires, robust landing gear. So I think that's also a really good thing, that you don't have to worry when you're about to get an RC airplane down. You know, some tricycle gear RC airplanes, you always have in the back of your mind that the nose gear or servo might break. But with these planes, just worry-free landings every time. Braking. Normal mode. As far as how this Super Cub flies, then I think it's a really good flying Cub. It's certainly not as agile as a Clipwing Cub, certainly, but it is more agile than the 1.7. On the other hand, the 1.7 is so gentle and so easy to get down, and really a fun plane to fly in that it's kind of majestic and it has this resistance when you fly. So it's a super nice experience. Now this one is more like to fly, like for instance the FMS Ranger 1.2 meter or similar sized RC airplane. So it sure is a good one, but it's not really that many things on this RC airplane that sets it apart from other RC airplanes, except then for the landing gears, which I think is just fantastic on this RC airplane. This is also really efficient, so you can run this one on quite a long time. Now, the first time I flew this one, it was winter, and maybe it was too cold, but I have a lot of EC warnings. But after that, I did do an auto configuration of the telemetry then on the Spektrum system, and I set all my telemetry warnings just to only have like a 3.5 volt per cell warning being triggered. And since then I have really have no problems with the kind of the telemetry giving me false alarms. So I'm digging this one, and I'm a little bit tossed if I will certainly keep the 1.7 or this one, because they are similar in how they look, and do I really need two Super Cub in the same design? I'm not sure, but I'm digging this one. The quality of the servo is of concern, of course, because I wouldn't like to have like the elevator rudder gone bust or any other servo. But apart from that, I think this is a beautiful looking RC airplane, and it flies really well.